Hello everybody, thank you Mr. President for the invitation. I'm happy to tell you today what we could have on our mind concerning this future of the Internet. So the real question is there some missing things in the picture that we have been depicting in the last 2 days? And I'm trying to get some answers to that. We understood that convergence is for sure about integration. So, well, if we have any doubts, we know what we have to do. Broadband, that's about deployment. We know that among the different technologies, depending on the different environment, we have to do some deployments. The future, as we see it, is more about inclusion, and inclusion in a very broad sense of including everything that is not already incorporated in the current Internet environment. So I will make maybe 3 references to what we've seen in these last 2 days. First to Mr. Negroponte communication, saying that the most important might not be the volume, the most important bits might not be behind the number of bits, but somewhere in the diversity in terms of content or users, or I would say in a broader way, endpoints around this Internet cloud. The second reference I'd like to make will be about the communication of Mr. Detlef Eckert from the European Commission, saying that today everything is digital. And, well, unfortunately not. But that leaves some room for the future. And we strongly believe that the most interesting way to think about the future of the Internet is for everything that is not digital yet. And I would say that the clear conclusion was in the very nice video we had with the old lady trying to fix a DVB issue, that, well, it's as well and mainly about people and of any kind, consumers, or industry players or politicians, on the way they will leverage that tool for the daily life of everybody. So a few snapshots to illustrate that speech. First, in terms of inclusion of new players. What we can see on the slide here is, I would say, local governments interaction and government's opportunities in leveraging the wireless cities. So we have a very nice example from Luxembourg, and we have a very nice local example here on what's going on top of the CZF's network and some wireless opportunities. Here, the opportunity is not to have the, I would say, local government or politician dealing with wireless, but that they really see in that opportunity a service platform environment for what they consider to be their own business. It's not only about giving access to Internet, which is a service provider business, but it's about giving opportunities for their usual partners, the institutional partners, the commercial partners, and their citizens, to have an advanced virtualized forum where they can exchange stuff. Things will be visible for consumers. Things will be purely internal from the city or the administration or the country point of view. One of the first discussions I had with these people working on such project was to sit in the middle of the entire city organization, city administration, and talk to the librarian and talk to the people who are managing the vehicles, as well as the people who are cleaning the city, as well as the people working on the power network and so on. All together thinking about the way to leverage this new tool as a normal way of life, starting from now for their future. And this is something which is maybe a little bit surprising for us, where we all have been so involved in telecommunication industry and systems that we think it's absolutely standard and normal. But from the inclusion point of view, and having people who have completely different point of view included in this kind of business, this is one idea of what could be the future. Not people that are too poor or too far or whatever to be isolated from the internet, but people who have never been thinking that it could be their tool for the future. And that's one piece of the inclusion mechanism that is somewhere key. The next step in terms of inclusion on new things is about devices. We know that today the current devices connected to telecommunication systems are going from phone to laptops through PDAs and stuff like that. But it has already started to be much broader than that. So some of my friends will be talking today about the Internet of Things, and you can understand that going down the chain in the, I would say, less intelligent devices, you will have more and more things that are directly connected to the network, whether they are sensors or screens or microphones or whatever else. These little stuff with very little intelligence will be connected to this environment. But on the other side of the scale, you will have advanced things which will have access to a network in a very new way, and this is what you have in these connected vehicle environments. What is new in the connected vehicle environments? It's not a device. It's networks. It's networks that moves all around the place. So it's not about connecting a laptop, an end device or whatever. It's about connecting network to networks that move together, behind which you've got another set of networks. So this is key to think that the diversity in terms of devices that will be using the internet as a tool, will be using the network as a tool, as we have never done that before, will be expanding dramatically. What is as well very important to note is that behind each of these devices, there is a new business model. There is a new business opportunity for a new company. The company who was doing the